another video. I hope you do like my intro. Before I start this video, before I start anything, it's come to my attention that we've got 70,000 likes on this channel. I couldn't do it without all you guys. It means a lot, sorry. Basically, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you for likes as well. I can't thank you for all support, what you give me online, what you give me in person. Even I have like fans of other channels saying I like, other fans of other clubs saying I like your content. Sorry if I'm looking all over the place. I'm watching Road as we speak. So yeah, like I said, thanks for all comments, thanks for all likes, thanks for all views, subscribers. I'm trying to get to about 500 before the season ends, so like I said, I'm going to do more, like I said, share it to your Blaze mates, share it to your football mates. I'm going to start doing more content on Championship, either League 1 or League 2, as there's some fallen giants scattered across the leagues. So yeah, on to the episode. So my thing is Sheffield United so far, I think we're a bit inconsistent. We've been inconsistent all season. We had a nightmare start to the season. We got rid of Chris Wilder a few days after playoffs and basically appointed Ruben Sayers. It might even be a month or something after like that, which I don't want to get too far gone into it. I don't think we should be at least around top 6, even top 4 this season. But the squad had to go through another rebuild. I know on videos I can be harsh on how our performances are, but Chris Wilder came in having to pick bare bones, having to basically pick to get streamlined some AI signings, which in my opinion, barring what can I say, I don't even think any signings that AI's been that brilliant, being able to write home of. I could have said Samari's had a few decent games, even he's woeful. I keep got that shot in mind against Wednesday when he should have buried that, but he basically just kicked it like he never shot a ball before. But then he has good games, but I'm not overly a fan. So yeah, so I'm going to start with his strongest lineup now. So basically, Michael Cooper, I think he's not really pulled up much trees this season. Apparently he's playing with a shoulder injury, but my gripe is we had done no to basically replace him, let him have his surgery, let him come back stronger as ever. We should have. I didn't want a young keeper basically coming in and taking his place. I want some competition. I wanted an older experienced keeper, an older head, because keepers what we've got so far, one's not ready in Luke Faxon, and one's just basically woeful in goal. And he's nowhere near Championship level in Adam Davis. Sound blown, by the way. I met him last season. Nice, down to earth bloke. Always gives fans what you call it, a bit of acknowledgement. So on the right, it's going to be Femi Siriki. I think it's same. He's good. He has shown into his own this season. He has been good for his spread across that season, but he's still young. He's still a bit inconsistent in games. He has good games and then he disappears. He disappeared the other night against Coventry, but you know, you're up against top footballers. When you're up against who's on the left, I think it's Hardy Wright. When you're up against Hardy Wright, you've got, in my opinion, one of the best wingers in Championship, in all fairness. So I'm not giving him too much stick for that last game, but he has been he has been an 8 all throughout the season. His link-up play with Andre Brooks is absolutely brilliant in my opinion. So moving on to Jaffet Tanganga now. He started off okay, he started off decent, but he's not. I don't think he's had the best in a few games as of recently. He looks a bit, how can I say, lost sometimes. He loses his cool. He lost his cool against basically Charlton Athletic away when he got sent off. And for a captain to do that, it's a bit disappointing. Me personally, I'd take the captain's armband off him and give sort of like silly pet, because wow, and I'll go on to him in a minute. So pairing with him is Tyler Bindon. Tyler Bindon for me is, I do think he has come on leaps and bounds. He has come from what we've seen of him beginning the season under Ruben Sayers. He were woeful, he were getting caught out of ball, but he was chucked in deep end with Norrington Davis and Jack Robinson, LA. Let's not get into that. I know people like Jack Robinson. I weren't a fan of him. He was captain head loss. I hope Tanganga don't go down the same way. That's why I think he's like needs to get out of firing line with captain's armbands. So yeah, Tyler Bindon for me. He's a must sign next season. But all the problem is, if Forest does go down, I can see him developing him. I can see them developing him in a basically for their squad and utilising him, because they'll have to sell up Forest going down to the Championship, because the wage bill will be absolutely sky high for the Championship. So on the left, I'm gonna pick Sam McCallum. It was a bit unfortunate that he got injured against Millwall, because he was doing an absolutely good job in left back, because Addison Burrows, who's basically stepped up, I think he's like lost his shirt to Sam McCallum. Sam McCallum basically was doing everything and yeah, he had a few off games, but so have they all. Well, I've all just had like down tool games in my fairness. So Sam McCallum is won us points in a few games, won us like when we went on that streak, I think he's 5 unbeaten. He was a massive part to that, so were Ben Mee. And it's just basically how it fell this season, and I just think, you know, playoffs is off, dust itself, go again next season, and hopefully bring in some Chris Wilder signings, get us up that table. If we lose our automatic promotions next season, that's what we should be aiming for, as long as we don't sell us have a fire sale, because it could happen with us losing parachute payments. So in the centre midfield, I'm going to go with, in my opinion, Sidney Peck partnering with Jairo Wiedevold. I know Jairo Wiedevold been out since the Mansfield game as of late, and is a late comer winner. Jairo Wiedevold for me has changed games a lot this season. He commands where players go. He like points to where he wants the ball. He drives us forward. He's also got a goal for us against Stoke, whether it be a little bobbling over that line. But I think Jairo Wiedevold, as well as you put him in comparison to Calvin Phillips, I do think he's a lot better. He's not a lot better, but he's a bit better than Calvin Phillips. But yeah, moving on to his partner, Sidney Peck. Wow. I weren't a fan of him earlier on this season. I do think he's came into his own, whether it be he still has inconsistent games, off games, and also he has like some absolutely game-winning moments. A few goals to his name. I think he's got about 4 this season. And wow, I hope we keep hold of him this summer. He's a badge beater. He likes to play for the Red and White Wizards. I think he's an adopted blade. He reminds me so much of George Baldock for us. But he was still at our club, and God bless his soul when he was alive. I would have had George Baldock back in a heartbeat if he was still alive to this day. Because, you know, he'd absolutely inspired this team this season. So yeah, Sidney Peck, I think he's a future captain. I think he's one of our better central midfielders. So moving on to it's not who's performed best this season, it's about on paper who can get most points. Moving on to Gustavo Harmer now. Oh God, I'm hit and miss with him. I think we do need to basically cut losses with him at the end of the season, try and get some money, try and offload him, because he's been majorly inconsistent over the season. Worrying signs were when he played it, he was dribbling it back against Burton Albion at friendly, and he has done that since, playing us into some dangers, playing sloppy passes. Knowing my luck, he'll probably score today, he'll probably score a absolutely thunder-cunting, world-beater thunderbolting strike against QPR, but, you know, I just noticed I was saying butts about loads of times, so I do a bit count in this video. Dink. So yeah, I think he scored some good goals. That goal when he scored against Beadle at St Andrews, that was wilder from halfway line. But it's been very inconsistent. It's been a shadow of a player what he were last season and the season before him, poor Sheffield United team. Then his partner Callum O'Hare, wow. Callum O'Hare has been our player of the season up to now. Yeah, he's been a bit quiet last couple of games, but still my player of the season, still my my go-to player if I do a predictive lineup. If I were Chris Wilder, I'd basically use him. And I think he's our top scorer with 8, I think. So, moving on to Andre Brooks. He's been a lot better from what I've seen last season. I was banging on the Jesuit Raksaki drum being better than Andre Brooks, but if you put Andre Brooks with his form this season, he gets into the team over JRS. That's just my honest opinion. And he's got a few good goals to his name. He's on red hot form, even though he's not scored in the last couple. But we all have we all have a goal drought. Well, we all have a goal drought, and I'll go on to major onto flops of the season in a minute. So Andre Brooks said his link-up play with Femi Siriki is absolutely spot on, absolutely beautiful. The last couple of games, like I said, it were non-existent. I know he picked up against Wednesday at home, but before that, I'm not even counting like the Wednesday games. Even he scored against Portsmouth, it was still ineffective. He was still getting caught out. But Portsmouth at home is absolutely a solid team, and I don't believe that he'll have one of his better games this game. Then up front, oh my word, what can I say about this guy? This guy was like Marmite. We all hated him beginning of the season, and now we absolutely adore him. We absolutely basically love him. He gets in our squad. Unfortunately, his age, and he's known to basically be injured a lot. He's known to like do some daft challenges. Bit of a shithouser. I'd said when we first signed him in November, I'd said, you know what, give him a chance, he can absolutely do wonders. And ever since he's come in, I think he's got 9 in about 15 to 20 games. That, to me, is a 20 goal a season striker. That, to me, is an absolutely good signing. Hopefully he can get more starts in the next season. Hopefully he can keep his form, and he will. He's the target man what we need, what I always wanted when he were Leeds, when he were Middlesbrough, when he were Derby. I'm trying to think what teams he also would be at. No further ado, I've gone on about him for basically too long. One of my best players at season. One of my basically type of players. It's number 45. He's on our mind. Patrick Bamford. So yeah, that's my full strong lineup. I just think, you know, that team on paper any day can beat majority of teams in Championship. Moving on to the flops at season now. I hate to say it, but it's going to be Tyrese Campbell, because I don't think he's scored since Sheffield Wednesday away. He's getting muscled off a ball. He's claimed to get tripped over against Coventry, but and the days is one of those tackles what he's got caught. I didn't think it was a penalty, to be fair. It was too soft. In real time I did, but I watched it back and I thought, you know what, I would be pissed off if that happened against us, and they would be pissed off too. So I just think he's the one what I think like he's underperformed. He's not looked the same, as well as Harrison Burrows. He's not looked the same since Sunderland playoff final. And I can even chuck in Michael Cooper in there as well. But I'm giving Michael Cooper a bit of a leeway, I do think, because he's got a bit of an injury. Tyrese Campbell might have got a bit of an injury, but when he comes on pitch and Stoke fans warned him about us, he is lazy. He can be lazy. It can be like, when he wins the ball, he can't be bothered. He's like, look, whatever. What I've noticed in Patrick Bamford, he's absolutely gutted to not win balls. And Tyrese Campbell, I just think, he just shrugs it off and thinks, oh well. So yeah, that's, if I've got to pick 3, it's going to be Michael Cooper, Harrison Burrows, and, no, not Michael Cooper, sorry, Gustavo Harmer, Harrison Burrows, and Tyrese Campbell. That I want Harrison Burrows to prove me wrong like he's doing last couple of games, and I hope he proves me wrong again today, because wow, he's got to basically keep his consistency up and all. And wow, I've been going on for about 20 minutes now. That's what you do when you're bored on motorway on the Todd driving down to QPR, Bartrade Loftus Road, I believe it's called, near Shepherd's Bush. What a name. So yeah, how I think we should attack transfer market next season as well, while I'm on this topic, and this is going to be a last topic. I personally cash in on Gus. I hate to say it, cash in on one either, because they're not gonna sign both from either Demi Sariki or Andre Brooks. It's a shame I think one will go, to be fair. It's a shame if they do go, because they're coming into a deal. Do I think they're ready to make a step up to the next thing, even though Andre Brooks has had a few experiences in Premier League and done quite well, and we were very proud when he made his debut against Brentford, weren't it? Well, we won 1-0. Has he got the potential to step up to Premier League next season if he does get his move. I don't think so. I think he's still raw. I think he's still young. And Femi Saric, it's same. I think he'll get sold to a Premier League club, but basically not be a starter. I think he'll be too soon. Like it were for Willis Sullivan, we have to take that money because it was 10 million. 10 million you do not turn down for a young player like that. So yeah, I'd honestly start in goal. I want to see Michael Cooper next season. I don't think he'll be a lot better than he were this season. I do want to see a new right back to push Femi Saric on if he's basically what you call it. He's still a club, or if he's sold a new right back. I'm gonna go with. I might like him. But I watched the game yesterday. Not yesterday. What am I on about here? I do believe, and even though he plays for our opponents today, I do believe Jimmy Dunn will be still a good signing for us. Proper Wilder player, right tall, right like basically up for it. He's not just tall and slender, he's tall and built like a brick out house. So that's my target. I think Tyler Binden is a must get for if Nottingham Forest does stay up. I think Jaffet Tanganga should have a bit of competition in his place, so I'm going to chuck probably Harry Salter in there if he's fit, because I think he's probably fit in summer. Then at left back, provided if what you call it's not back, not there, well not back then. I want us to sign Leo Chiolda on a permanent. I don't think he'll do quite well at ours. I see glimpses of him. I thought, why not start him? I hope he starts today against QPR. I doubt he will, as we've recorded. Then in central midfield, I want us to get someone like. I can't really tell you. I'm going to keep central midfield as is. So basically, I'm going to give Rothwell a chance because we've got him now. We might as well utilise him. And Peck, if we don't sell him, but if we do, I want someone like Loser or Chatford Tadze. I doubt we'll get him, but that's just my honest approach. Then on the left, if we do get rid of Gustavo Harmer, I want Reyes Cleary or get me Quad War Bar from Watford because I rate him. Alright. Did I say Loser for centre mid? I didn't know. Him like Rothwell or Ibn City Peck, Imran Losers be a good player for us. Then right wing, I'd say get that. Is he a right wing? It might not be. What attacking? I'd want that. Is it Lewis Dobbin or Tyler Dobbin from what you call it? Preston North End. Not too sure. If I'm honestly. Centre attacking midfield, I wouldn't really replace. And personally, oh no. If he's not on a permanent in centre midfield, I'd go back for Tommy Doyle. I really would. I think he'd be a perfect signing for Chris Wilder. I think he'll do quite decent. I loved him at Lane last time. I think that's a bit fish out of water. I think Birmingham are signing him on a permanent next season. I'm not too sure, but who knows. Then on the... Sorry about this, I'm just going to slow down. I think Tyler Dobbin, what I've just got into, I think he's a centre attacking mid. I think. Not too sure. It's like people want Regan Slater, but I just don't think he... I don't know, I just think he's not. Has he even played for Hull? Oh, well, this season. Sorry about that, I've just got a bit of flipping cold. I don't know if he's played regularly for Hull. I could be wrong. Then, oh, what? On the right wing, yeah, right wing, I'd take Mikey Johnson. If West Brom are to go down, basically looks like what they are, I'd take Mikey Johnston on the right wing. Honourable mentions, I'd also have a look at Hamza Chowdhury, Sam Tickle from Wigan Athletic. I'd look at Angus Gunn from Nottingham Forest as a centre, as a backup keeper. I'd also, if what you call it are to go up Coventry, I'd have a look at Ellis Sims. Hopefully, also Dale Fry as a centre back from Middlesbrough if they're to go up. Of course, I just like a big tall defender, as Michael Hellick, as a central midfield destroyer in Cam Brannigan. I don't think he can do wonders for us. And what was that young lad up top at Oxford? Miles Harris, and that Prenislav Paqueta, whatever you call him, from Luton. If they are to go down, and basically I think they're destined to go down Luton. I don't like it. So yeah, that's just enough for me waffling and boring you to death. I thought I was going to do a 10-15 minute video. I've ended up getting in a tangent in transfer signings of 1-1. There's a lot more to list, but we'll cross that bridge in another video in summer. Who I'd basically replaced with. This is just a quick 3-part video on inconsistence, player ratings and transfer dealings. And people are aware that about James Board, not James Board, I can't believe I said it. People aren't aware about Michael Rosen and the other consortium and Steve Betts. They were Bramall Lane last night, and basically what you call it, they're giving back in to Chris Wilder. From what I've heard, Chris Wilder is more than happy to work with him, and Chris Wilder the whole in this season I'm going to rate him a 7-8 because I think he's came into a lot more bigger and mess than what he has come into. I think this season when he came in and tried to steady ship, we was in a lot more bigger mess than we were in Premier League. We could get away with it in Premier League because that squad was not ready for us. I mean, was not ready for Premier League, despite having Gustavo Harmer, Vinny Souza, and Ahmed Hodzic, Cameron Archer, who doesn't seem to be pulling up much trees now, but on his day he's a good player. And so yeah, I don't think as a whole, I think he's basically what you call it came into a lot more bother with AI signings. Glad we scrapped that off. We can have another rebuild. Realistically, playoffs is done we now. It's just about getting to that 50-point mark, getting to at least 60 points after that. Each win's going to be, hopefully, be a positive rather than a negative. Turn negative results, turn the draws into wins. turn negative results into draws, turn draws into wins. That's just my opinion, that's just my outlook on it. I hope you like the video. Sorry for waffling on for nearly half an hour now. I'm just on M1 going down to the game, and it's just an off-cuff thing. And also, if you like the video, if you've got any ideas on what I should do, if you want to be a mod for future reference when I get to 500 likes, I'm gonna 500 likes, 500 subscribers. I'm gonna start doing watch-alongs. I'm gonna start doing for other clubs, more championship content, more League One, more League Two. Like I said, Fallen Giants. If you want to edit some of my videos, I'll send you edits. You edit it, cut out the middle, cut out the what you call it. Give me a lot less pressure to spend like what nearly most part of the day editing videos as well. I just do you can do the basics. I'll just go over it and see if it's okay or not. If you fancy doing that, let me know. Drop us a comment. Let me know what I can improve on. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike. As always, thanks for watching this long video, and